our success as a marketing and visitor services group is quite clearly able to cover the fees by what parking generates.
Yeah,
And so,
I'm not arguing the economics. I'm just wondering why the VIA hasn't been approached for dollars.
Well, because do we approach the businesses for dollars, or do we offer the service for free because they're already paying for it as ratepayers? I mean, I'm being given both opportunities here, and they're both, you can do one or the other, but I don't know if you can tie your head and rub your belly at the same time.
Your point on the businesses in Forest pay through their taxes for the BIA.
It's a special levy. It's not
levy, yeah, I realize. Yeah, it's a special levy, and they're levied that, so again, they're paying through their tax dollars. But the businesses in Grand Bend are paying a membership in there, so they're paying that voluntary and their tax dollars as well, because they're getting it both ways too. So there isn't a lot of difference between the two. There's no, we've had our 10-minute delegation has gone on for an hour, and I'm glad we've had this full discussion. It's been great, but this is an important part of how we're going to fund. We have a report from our treasurer here that talks of options for us and what we had agreed to last year for 2 years, and we didn't put an amount in for this year. They're requesting $42,000 this year.
That one shows, yeah, I did a budget by breakdown. It shows how money really gets chopped up. Activity-based revenue, week on it, as you can see, 38,000 there. Shared expenses, the cost of the welcome center, the insurance on it, and all those kinds of things. That 32,636 is 50% of what that cost is. So for the chamber, we consider 50% of our contribution. So that was 2012, right? Those were contributing. It's that I know, you know, money and budgets, it's always an issue. I think we do a great job. If I had a perfect scenario, I'd be staff, you'd be paying me on the county grid, and I could be totally focused. But I'm getting ahead of myself. But anyway, you're getting a great value.
I guess what our report is, and we need to look at our staff report, because talk about what funding we put there, what level we put there. And if we're, if a staff member on the chamber dealing with this, whether it be Shannon or Ashley, should be part of doing this funding.
Yeah, I just have a question through you, Mayor, to the delegation, because I'm glad you're here and I'm glad we're having this discussion. Honest answer, if you could get out of the tourism business and just do what a chamber should do, would you?
They work with one another.
Well, they do, except that we couldn't afford to do services.
You are doing more than what a chamber should do. Chamber's promoting business. You're promoting a municipality. That really is a municipality's responsibility. So I'm just asking, if you could get out of the tourism business, would you? And just promote your chamber businesses.
She would and I wouldn't.
You.
Okay, that is an honest answer, yes. Because for me, it's double the work. I put in 9 and 10-hour days every single day. I think I had 4 or 5 weekends free in 2012. This job goes above and beyond. Now, I can do a heavy workload. I got 20+ years of marketing communications. But I think it divides your time, it divides your thinking. And whereas, you know, when we do chamber events and stuff, we have a little bit of profit as we go along. On the tourism services side, it's always like it's money going out.
Well, the reason that I asked that, Mary, is because if this council has an economic development committee, and if tourism services come under that committee, if we're going to contract with someone to deliver that service, you may not want to be that contractor because it is costing you a lot and you're not getting a return back on it. So I'm glad for the honesty, because I think we have to come to that decision. I think that the fork in the road, well, if we're going to enter into a partnership with an agency to deliver tourism services, and we know you're in the running, it's the RFP thing again. But it's no different than other partnerships we enter into to deliver services. And I'm just saying, traditionally, chambers may touch on tourism services, but their job is to attract business for their membership. Tourism is not traditionally a chamber responsibility as such for a municipality. This is an unusual situation that this council has finally taken by the horns and is trying to deal with. So it's just a consideration for us, I think, this week. But I don't think it's fair for you guys every year keep coming back and saying, we really need 42 grand, but we'll take 10. I mean, it's just, you know, I don't think that's fair.
Prince Edward County Chamber of Commerce, they do contractual tourism services for there as well. So, and I know the town Picton, they actually put out a small book which is focused entirely on Picton. You can pick up a number of visitor guides for the towns within Prince Edward County itself. They're probably closest in terms of product to us.
I think one of the things, you know, if you want to get some context on it, other councils around Ontario in the same general size and makeup of what we are will look at their contract with their provider, be it the Chamber of Commerce or Visitors and Convention Bureau or what is it, and they will say, Lambton Shores gets it for under $20,000, why can't we? We're providing it, it's the low, it has to be significantly the best value.
Well, that's the point I'm trying to make. You think it's the best value, but obviously this municipality doesn't, because you keep coming back every year and pleading your case, and I'm saying that's unfair.
Well,
it's fundamentally unfair. Either we contract with you and work with you,
we have contracted with.
I'd say we're transitioning, because the chamber took this on and added a little bit, and we put some money in the last couple of years, and it's growing, and we're transitioning, and maybe when this new economic committee gets going, they will say, we need a economic development officer, and that person will be dealing with the tourism, and those dollars will go towards that. The committee, I don't know that the committee can do that. I guess that's some recommendation through the, okay, the economic development officer, so we're gonna take the money and we're gonna let the chamber do the chamber's job, and we're gonna take this person back. This year, we don't have that option.
that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
But this is not transitional, Mayor. These guys have been doing it for years.
Yeah.
This council was the first council to really say it's not fair, we need to help out. So that's all I'm saying. This is not transitional. This is time to be fair.
But this may be transitional, to be fair, and put the dollars towards it. But it may be transitional to another year that it may not be the chamber's job.
That's
It
true.
may go to an economic
true.
development officer's job.
Yeah.
That was the transition that I was thinking.
Okay.
We've had a couple of years that they're growing and seeing what possibilities are there, and the numbers and the way that it has been looked at is good. And Glenn had a suggestion about translating the parking dollars into day trips, and we need to work on a formula to see how that relates to number of visitors and that. So, but thank you for your presentation, because I think we've had this discussion, and I think council needs to deal with now what we're going to do with this. I don't know. The budget has some of this money in it. It's a matter of council, and we're set at, I think, 2.5% here now. And if we're going to add more, that adds more to our budget. I'm going to take a 5-minute break while we set up, and we'll start on with the reports, and we can either deal with, I will call this back to order. We have 2 pieces of correspondence, 5.1, National Farmers Union, on page 6. Councilor Cook.
Receiving thought.
Seconded. Councilor Bonesteel. Question.
Yeah, through you to Janet. Janet, what do you anticipate we will be making from the increased assessments in 2013, and then obviously it's phased in evenly right over 4 years, right? So each year will be advanced or augmenting it by that much more. Which do you see happening?
Because it's spread out between different, in the farm area,
Just in the farm.
we've had an increase in assessment